I'm getting ready to attack. Fanny pack attached. Tokens are all stacked. Got the mallet in my grasp. Waiting for the moles, hiding in their holes. Score, we're keeping tally. I'll be playing till they close now. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. I'm a mallet master, a single-fisted blaster. You can ask my baby, it starts slow then gets faster. I'm a record setter.
What's up, gang? We have a rough one today. Definitely have my work cut out for me. This is a literal barn find. I got it for free. I have told you guys, some of you guys, about it already, if you follow along with the channel. Don't know anything about this. I don't even know if the guy I got it from even tried to power it on. Either it was his or he got it out of a warehouse, and it obviously has taken some pretty good water damage up on this panel. The back top panel is still okay. This side isn't horrible, but this side is really, really thick. And it's a little heavier than normal. Surprisingly, the cab's in fairly sturdy shape. It is super, super dirty. But I need kind of a challenge. I need something outside of the box. There's no rush on this one. This one's actually my game. I got it as a finder's fee for selling one of the games at the warehouse. So no pressure. We're just gonna have, we get to have some fun with this one, and hopefully, I'm hoping to get to play it this week. Don't get in there, Zeus. But the reason I need to take the pressure off is because I have 3 monitors that are shut down that I just cannot figure out. I've been stuck on for over a week, and so I am gonna try to I shut the camera off. I'm gonna try to cool my jets and change up my brain flow a little bit, and give it a little puzzle to work on aside from a monitor. And then usually when I do this, it just comes to me. But the first thing I'm gonna do is put some little furniture movers underneath the feet and just pull it out a little bit, and so we can get around it. Obviously the game isn't gonna stay here at the trailer house, but this is where I have to work on it, and I don't want to take it in the back room in case it is totally foobar, and I'll just scratch up the floor and all that. But we'll figure it out, and we'll find that out now. And you know me, most likely we're going to be playing some Kangaroo in a bit. Stick around, and this one ought to be fun. You guys ready to get elbow deep in the backside of a Kangaroo? All right, let's do it. So like I was saying, this side, like the art's pretty rough down here and stuff, but the piece of wood isn't anywhere near as bad. This side over here is, woo, it's holding together somehow. Okay, now I know this here, the guy who brought it to me said that he pulled that off just to see if it was necked or not. We have our power there, and there's our video, right? Yeah. Okay, we go down, we got our board here, which to the naked eye looks okay. I'm gonna pull everything out though, clean it. Maybe not everything, but definitely the boards. You just wanted to see up my nose, didn't you? But the first thing I'm gonna do, well, yeah, actually, you know what? The first thing I'm gonna do is gonna go ahead and pull the boards. Actually, I'll go ahead and test and see what our voltages are at. Because if our voltages are good, let's see what all this mess is here. This thing's not even attached to anything, right? Yeah, it's like some power cord or something. This thing is hideous. Look at this. I hope nobody was using that thing. That's gotta go in the garbage. gross. It's not even trailer park trash worthy. Okay, so our power cord has been shortened, I see. That is fine. We probably should put a new one on anyway. I have those Molex, so that's not a big deal. And you always want to check your fuses with a meter and not visually. But visually, they look fine. Let's see if we see anything exploded over here on the power supply. Just visually, any problems anyway. And those caps, oh, they always look weird. They're just not, they don't visually look the same. This cabinet is just gorgeous though, man. Wow. Well, you know what? I think it's, from the looks of it, it's actually pretty promising. Oh, I do see some warm weather looking parts in here. Looks like maybe, maybe something dripped on it. That's what that is. Trying to see evidence of heat damage or maybe a blown cap or anything like that. Let's see, the video's not hooked in very well. With the G07s, this is an Electrohome G07. First thing I always do is check the two fuses that are on here. One there, and then there's one right there in the middle of the screen behind that big cap. And usually that little one is blown. And a lot of times people will plug some of these 19-inch monitors straight into the wall when they're testing them, and that can cause those fuses to blow and actually cause a couple diodes to go bad. I don't remember which one, but it's in the flow chart. I could almost see it. Usually if this thing goes bad, it goes bad, and it is obvious. Looks okay from here, famous last words. But I'm gonna go ahead and plug everything in and focus. I'm gonna plug everything in. I'm gonna go ahead and clean the board up, clean this guy up. And then before we plug that board in, we'll test some voltages to make sure we're not frying our super rare and highly expensive Kangaroo PCB, because I know you're all dying to get it from me. But let's go ahead and start that. But yeah, like I said, this is actually looking pretty positive. Aside from the ratty ass cabinet, it might play. And if not, I got all the parts to rebuild G07. So that's like I said, that's pretty promising. So let me get everything hooked up, and then we'll set up and test some voltages. All right, I don't know if I'm gonna get in our way or not trying to do this, but let's start with the fuses down here in the bottom. And like some brilliant guys told me about arcade repair, you wanna always start at power, especially in an unknown situation like this. Those guys are the guys at Arcade Repair Tips. That's who I learned from. I didn't know a thing when I started. And I started watching their videos. And good guys too. Okay, so I have one side pried up. If I don't know if you can kind of see. You don't really want to test them in circuit because it can kind of give you a false reading unless you know what circuit they're in. So let's see if we have any duds here. Good. That one's probably good. It's probably just dirty. Okay. Those all seem good. One thing I do want to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull those out and kind of get all that oxidation off of them. This is just a little turn. You turn it and it'll pop out, and then this fuse will come out of here. And And that is a beefy guy right there, tell you what. Let's see how it does. And all we're doing here is we have our meter on continuity. And we just touch one end of the metal to the lead and the other. And a beep means we have continuity and a good fuse. So far, so good. Now, we do have a couple fuses to do up here on the monitor. Don't really need to worry about that quite yet. Next, we're going to focus on this power supply down here. And luckily, this is really a simple one to test. I already unplugged the PCB, so we don't have to worry about frying it. And there's all these test points, and they're clearly marked. So let me get my meter and get the lighting set up a little bit better and see if I can figure out a way to test this and show you. And we'll go through and see with the game on how all of that looks. Because I think the fuses are good to go, so we should get some life out of something.
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
All right, so we got our PCB unattached, and we don't have the monitor plugged in. So basically, all we have plugged in is the power brick at the bottom, and then the AR or power supply, whatever this is. And I got a couple leads set up. Unfortunately, they're both green. This little one up here is -5 volts. And this one down here is going to be +12. So I just want to make sure they don't touch each other. Make sure we can plug this thing in. And I also need to find out where there is a power switch. Okay, that's right here next to us. And we want to check DC voltage. So red is going to go to our test. And black is going to go to this ground, which is right here. And can we see? No, we can't. Let's see. Hold it there. And either this game is going to come on as soon as I plug this in, or I'll have to turn it on. We'll see. Or maybe it won't work at all. But the fuses are good, so I think it should if this power cord is okay. Moment of truth. Okay. And voltage-wise, what do we have here? Crazy amounts of nothing. I heard something. Let's flip the switch, see what happens. Okay, voltage. Cray. Let's see if it's just because we're not on here good or something. Yeah, looking like we're not getting very good voltage out of this. Let's go ahead and try that is what, that's 12 volts. So let's see what the -5 volts is. See if we're getting anything out of this guy. Come here. And we got absolutely nothing out of that. Let's try this other ground point over here. Nada. Okay. And we have, this one is 10.3 volts. Nada. So we're not getting any voltages on that guy. So we're not going to be playing her anytime soon. I also I did check the fuses on the monitor, and the little one that is usually the one that I find out or find blown is blown on the chassis. So we are gonna pull this chassis next to, I don't know if I can get it. Let me just pull you out of here. Hang on. So we're gonna pull this chassis to, we're gonna go ahead and pull this board, we're gonna go ahead and pull this board, and we're gonna go ahead and pull that board. And I was really hoping it would play blind, because one of the chassis that I'm having trouble with is a G07 that's not coming on. It's either in shutdown or it just has cold solder joints, or all of the above. So, but I do want to, since I have this tube here, not having any luck with it on the other tube, so maybe it's a tube problem. So let's try it on this one, and maybe I won't do that on camera here for this video. But let's go ahead for this video. We will work on these boards and see if we can figure out any kind of problems or what. And if need be, we will have to. It is an AR2. We can always order a rebuild kit, and I might have one too. But let's pull that and see if we can figure out why we're not getting power through there. All right. Well, would you just look at that? 12 volts right on the 12 volt line. So, combination of things that I did wrong there. I didn't put it on DC volts, I don't think. I think I left it on AC volts. And also I made sure all of my connectors were pushed in really well. And now all of a sudden I'm getting voltage. But I do want to just try on a couple of these other ones and see if those readings are also correct. So we should have one, I thought right here. Yeah, okay, so this guy right here is 10.8 volts or so. No, is that right? I can't read it. I think it says 10.8. That would be, oh, that says 29.9 millivolts. So that one's not correct. This one was -5. Let's see what it comes out to be. Uh, 7.3, but it looks like it's, no, it is negative. Okay. And we know our 12 volts is good. Let's see what this is here. I don't get anything there. It just says B+. What's this one? Okay. That one I think is the 22. So one thing I'm not seeing is the 5 volts. I'm just not sure exactly where we want to look. There's another 22 volt here. Let's check that out. Oh, slipped off my rocker. We lost our ground. What do we got here? Nothing, nothing. Let me see here. Ground is that one. Well, that should be reading it, and we don't have anything. Let's wiggle it around here. See if we're. Oh, you see that? There's some fluctuation there. All right, so now we have 5.5 volts. So is that our 5 volts? I could have swore that said, oh, it says sense. Okay. So I have to look that up. But I think our voltages, for the most part, if we clean these pins and get these Molex connectors with good pins in them and stuff, we should be good to go there. There's something that keeps clicking over here. I'm assuming it's a coin counter. So it's possible that we have our coin switch maybe engaged. Let's see if you guys can see this. You see the edge connector on that? Looks real shiny with the light on it, but if you turn it, you can see that lovely patina. So we want to clean that up a little bit and make sure the board looks all savvy. So let's go ahead and do that since we have some voltages and hope that we can hear the game playing blind. That would be a huge, huge step. We have them extracted. I do have a rebuild kit, so I'm gonna replace everything that I do have. I might as well just get as many goods parts as we can in here. Now I can actually kind of read what the stuff says. It'd be nice if it wasn't upside down. And both boards are just dirty. And like I said, this the edge connector looks like it's a little worse for wear, but we'll clean that up, get these chips cleaned up, make sure all their legs are in the right holes, and looks okay visually. I don't know that I've ever ran across a Kangaroo board that didn't work, other than maybe just needing the chips reseated or something. So that is a big bonus. And then we're gonna have to come in here and figure out, well, first we're gonna work on the other guy's chassis and we'll get it working. But this one we'll need to figure out why is this fuse here, what caused it to blow, and I'm guessing it's probably a bad flyback and a bad hot, and we'll just go ahead and change that BS and then cap it. If you look at this cap that's here on this neck board, if I'm not mistaken, that is original. There's another purple guy there. So it is very well possible that it just needs to be rebuilt. Luckily, we know a monitor guy. So let's go ahead and start with that, and we'll do these up real fast and see if we can get it to play blind. And if we can get it to play blind, boys and girls, in this effing condition, we are gravy, because monitors we can do. All right, let's get on this. I think we're gonna be playing Kangaroo tonight. Okay, so here we go. I got the boards back in. They've been, I didn't solder anything on. I just kind of wanted to clean them up and see how this thing rides on its own, and kind of like as it sat. Like, would it have come on with just a little bit of cleaning and you know monitor swap or what's going on? But let's see if we can hear any game sounds. And if it's playing blind, then we'll be playing this sucker tonight, one way or another. All right, so I got a lot of background noise. I got the cat fountain and all that other crap, but let's see what we got. I don't see any LEDs on the board. I'm gonna give it just a second, and then I'm gonna try to coin it up. I'm gonna try to coin it up. Fingers are too big. It doesn't seem to be working anything. Unless it's turned down. Oh, that thing's hard. Alright. So now I'm gonna try to start a game. There's no flashing buttons on the control panel like there normally would be. So that's not a good sign, I know that. Let's see if we can turn this knob. I thought I heard something. Nothing? No? What do I got over here? No volume knob. Okay, so let me get the meter again, and then I'm going to put the meter on here and make sure, whoa, falling down. Make sure that we have outputting voltage and all that again. Maybe this was on. I thought that was on, but I don't notice any difference. No? Let me try to coin it up now. You never know. I don't remember which way it was on, so. No blinking lights on the control panel still. I think we have a bad connection somewhere in the power. So let's see. Yeah, it just doesn't look like we're getting anything out of here. Okay, now let's try. Maybe. Still no flashy. That set off the coin mat or the coin counter. So we have a little bit of power. There's something. The bad thing is, can't tell like what's all the way up and what's all the way down either. All right, well, what we're gonna have to do is a little bit more investigating because I can't really tell what's going on. Definitely gonna have to get a meter on it, but give me a few minutes and see what I can figure out here. Okay, so this isn't the G07 chassis that came out of it. This is the one that I've been working on for the customer. That it just had a lot of cold solder joints, and I think there was a, maybe a resistor or something that I couldn't find or something like that, which I still haven't found anything like that. But I just went through and shotgunned everything and started from zero. I was just supposed to go over this chassis and look because it worked, and then they just moved the game a little bit and then it didn't work. But it looks like it's possible that the flyback actually did go bad on this because the hot was out. The signs were all there that the flyback was bad. So new flyback, all new caps, and we'll go from there. I really should have did this already, but I didn't want to charge him the extra money. But once I've already got, 60 hours of labor into the damn thing, I might as well just go ahead and do all the work, and then we'll work it from there. If it still doesn't work, then we'll just try. Maybe I can fix that other chassis that's in the Kangaroo now. But this is the one I'm going to try to fix. I'm hoping that it just comes on. I need some hunky-dory luck. You get it most of the time, and I haven't seen any in a week. Not with these chassis. So let's get this one installed. I still have the original one that came out of there. I'm also going to rebuild that one. Whichever one of those two works the best, I'm going to give to the customer, and then I'll deal with the headaches for myself in the Kangaroo. But let's hope we can see some game or something. Like I said, I don't know if the game's coming on because there's no LEDs on the board or anything like that. And I guess I could hook up a LCD or something, but it's just going to take so much time. Let's see if this monitor works and comes with a game on, please. Okay, so I have the customer's chassis in here. This is the one I want to fix first. It's more important. So worst case scenario, I'm hoping that the monitor at least powers on. I'll need to check the B+ and probably adjust that and stuff. We have the board cleaned, but I really could go through it a lot better. The AR2 was putting out the proper voltage once it was getting its proper voltage. I did address that. I got in here, and some of these were kind of loose, so I pulled them off. That one's still kind of loose. I might do that one again. But I pulled them off and then just kind of clamped them down with some pliers so that they fit on there a little bit more snug. If we have problems, and this is what I'll do this off camera, but I'll clean all of this here. Like I said, I need to repin all these. I don't know that this is a game I'm going to keep and go through all that trouble, but that's what I would do in a power situation like that. But we're going to be able to turn it on now. Hopefully no fuse blows up here in the monitor. This has those fuses that are soldered into the board. Let's see if I can find it here. And so what I had to do was steal some fuse clips right there off of a donor chassis, and I put the fuse clips in there and then a fuse in, so now I can just change it much easier. Because if there is problems with the hot and the flyback and whatnot, and we might go through a few more fuses on this one still. Such is life with a problematic chassis. You either find it right away or it takes weeks. But maybe we'll get to play a game. Maybe this little issue where I fixed down here with these connectors, maybe that'll get the proper voltage over here to get the game to pop up. Maybe we'll get lucky and the monitor works now. But we can turn it on and we're gonna know probably pretty quick, because it's either gonna pop or we'll hear some high voltage static. So fingers crossed. None of that. So definitely didn't get the monitor. Let me grab my meter and see if the board and stuff is getting juice. You know what? I didn't hear this thing click on either. So let's see if we can. It's usually that coin meter will click, and it did not do that. I did not plug the game in. That is a major party foul. You have to plug the game in. That's like a Steve's Arcade mistake there. Alright, here we go. Okay. Now we can fingers crossed. Come on, work, work, work. I heard high voltage for a second. Let's see if we see anything on here. I don't see any smoke. And I see neck glow. That's a good sign. Oh my God, look. There's a game on it. Hang on, let me turn off. It looks like hot garbage, but we have a game. That is awesome. So it kind of looks like it's psychedelic. That probably means the yoke has slid down the neck, or we just really need to degauze it pretty bad. But that is awesome. That is Kangaroo. Look at this old ass abandoned cab. And it's playing again. It took me all freaking day, and it's not anywhere near perfect. I'll probably still work on it for another 2-3 hours until we can get a good little picture on here. That is so awesome. Sweet. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make it better. All right, I just started cleaning on this control panel. This is just wet, that's all it is. And this is original dirt. And I have fake magic erasers. So let's see how good these two. DG. All right, I yanked the board again. We do have some kind of like small graphic glitches going on. So what I'm gonna do is pull these round chips and clean them off and check the sockets and stuff. I'm going to do that on all the socketed chips, not just the rounds. But the rounds, I think, are what we're having problems with. And then I got this edge connector, I think, is about as good as I can get. But we need to still kind of just go over it visually and look for anything that might be suspect, and any kind of cold solder joints or anything like that. Just because we got just a little bit of a graphics issue, and it looks like we're kind of overshooting our red, even though it's not the monitor, it's the game. So it's kind of dirty back here. Clean it off. Let's see, how's that? It still looks bad. Maybe I didn't do that one. I don't know. I think that's the soundboard anyway, though, right? I don't know that either. Oh, here we go. Nope, just a Sound Electronics. I thought one of them was marked. Oh well. Well, that one says sound. So maybe this top one is sound. I can't see. Are we looking at any other round chips in there though? Is there some there? There's like 2? There's all sound chips. I don't know if that's right. I'm getting tired. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to clean these, and then hopefully that'll clear up some of it anyway. I just want it to look a little bit better so that we can see what we're playing and enjoy it. I haven't seen any, like, cold solder joints to, you know, to the naked eye. So I'm thinking maybe it's just going to be one of these chips has got a bad connection. All right, let's take care of this and then we'll go back to it. But we need a ending point at some point for this video because I've been going almost 24 hours. The game is playing. It does have some graphics glitches. You can't really see the area that you're running on. There are, let me see if I can turn this off and see a little better. There are like red lines going across everything and you can't see like where you're supposed to be running around. So we're gonna have to do a little bit of board work. I'm hoping I can order some stuff for it today, or maybe one of my buddies has just got an extra board laying around and I can snag off of them until I get this one fixed. But this turd came back to life. I can't believe it. I did clean it a little bit. Let's see if I can put some light on it. Obviously the bezel came clean. The marquee came pretty clean. They look really well, actually. And this side of the cabinet's not bad as far as the edges, except for the bottom. I'm gonna go around and trim all the curl and stuff off, and then I'll like all this stuff right here, I'll just paint white and fake the funk around it. I mean, this cabinet's nowhere near good enough for a restore, and there's probably more mint Kangaroo cabs out there than there are working PCBs. But this side will definitely, same thing. I'm just gonna maybe take the sander, just go at an angle, just go take all that rough crap off and just kind of paint, like I said, paint the wooden parts white again, and then just slap it in a lineup. Probably end up going over at Mike's house. I have a little lineup set up over here with just a couple slots in my Mario. I guess I could go over here. I don't really want to put it in my little workshop room back there. I need all the room I can get to work on stuff. But I'm going to keep going on, and I'm going to pull off the coin doors and repaint those. I'm going to see if I can't do something with this. I don't know. I've seen other guys do stuff. It's pretty bad, but I bet I can just buy some extra wide T-molding. Anyway, thanks for watching. That was a fun video. I actually didn't expect us to see this game on this monitor today in this video at all. So that's really fun, really cool. But thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna be heading back to Kansas real soon. I'm only gonna be back here for like a week or two, and then we'll be back out there, and there's gonna be all kinds of craziness. So stay tuned, and there'll be plenty of fun to watch. See you. So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too. Super hang on. Get what I want!
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.